In this video, I'm going to share 3 of the most effective tips you can use to improve your mechanics. I guarantee that by the end of this video, you will have a deeper understanding of mechanics, along with training methods that help you directly translate those understandings into your gameplay. Now, before we dive in, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Trick, and I played professional Valorant for 3 years on organizations such as Dark Zero and Mad Lions. After I stopped competing, I started privately coaching full-time. Since then, I've had students go from Silver to Ascendant in just a few weeks, and even students who went from Immortal to playing professionally on Sentinels Academy in the Valorant Challengers League. If you guys want to learn more from me, make sure you check out my free coaching Discord in the description of this video. The first tip is going to be learning how to deviate away from the standard shooting mechanic bursting and utilize other mechanics like spraying, crouching, and wide swinging in the right circumstances. Bursting is a good baseline, however, many players who seek improvement turn into bursting robots, and it ends up harming them just as much as it helps them. Understanding situations where you should deviate away from bursting can be a little difficult, so let's take a look at an example from a Radiant ranked game I played in last week, where you can see authentic implementation of how a high level player deviates away from bursting.
Oh shit! They're bullying me! Hold them in, you have him.
He's close. Yeah, he's side.
You got it!
Oh my gosh.
In the first fight, I had to swing into a bad angle where I knew the enemy was holding me. If I swing normal and try to burst this guy, I'm gonna die 9 out of 10 times since the shot he has to hit is extremely easy. So instead, I opted to find his exact angle with my movement and then throw off his crosshair with a crouch peek. After this fight, I knew the enemies would need to get closer to the bomb site since it was not planted for them. I also knew that I could catch them off guard by swinging elbow at such a fast timing they would not be ready. Combining both of these unique circumstances, I swung with the intention to commit to the spray. I want to clarify that if I expected them to be holding my elbow swing, I would not have opted to spray, since the shot was not going to be super easy, and they would have likely just sidestepped, instantly making me whiff. However, my recognition of the round circumstances is what allowed me to deviate my mechanics away from bursting to a committed spray without being punished. That round breakdown will help you understand why I deviated away from bursting based on in-game factors, but let's talk about how you can translate effective crouching directly into your own gameplay. It's important to note, you obviously need to crouch in many other circumstances. I'm specifically going to be teaching you how to use it when swinging an angle. To implement this slightly more advanced way to utilize crouch peeking while making sure you are not misapplying this technique, you need to either know the enemy's exact location or swing into an angle where enemies have a tendency to play. The reason why you need to know the enemy's exact location is because when you swing into them and crouch, you have to hit that shot or you're gonna die. As you get better at this, you can start to implement crouch swinging into more advanced scenarios, but I would use this as a baseline to start. To clear up some confusion and misleading information about crouching, I want to explain that players with extremely talented aim and game awareness can implement crouching much more frequently because they are capable of hitting difficult shots and reading the game at such a high level it becomes optimal to utilize. Whereas even in the exact same situations, a normal player does not hit that shot or read the game well enough for the play to be optimal. This is one of the main reasons why many creators have misled players into creating bad habits, because they're telling people to crouch in situations where pro players crouch, but without the extremely unique skill set required to enable that level of crouch implementation.
Bring them down. One enemy remaining. That makes 3.
Eli.
I'll find you.
Oh, wow.
Come on out, bro.
If you are interested in developing your mechanics and want to learn directly from someone who played professionally, I highly recommend looking into my 4-week mechanics program that I designed to not only be the best coaching program on the market, but to also have the most competitive pricing of any coaching service available. The program is currently on sale for only $59.99 when using code YouTube at checkout. You can get this program on my website, trickcoaching.com, and if you have any questions or want more information about this program, make sure you guys check the description to this video. I put a lot of hard work into this program, and I promise you guys it'll be the best program you've ever entered. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to me yap. Let's get back into the second tip. The second tip is to utilize targeted death matches to improve weak areas of your gameplay. This tip is geared more towards making your training more effective rather than a unique gameplay mechanic. For example, in this clip, you can see I made a play that caught the enemy Sova off guard, but instantly crouch sprayed. And as we talked about before, since I did not know his location when coming out of this cage, crouching was a huge mistake here. Crouching became an issue for me during a few ranked games during this time period, so I went into deathmatch with the intention to fix this issue and made sure that I was only crouching in effective situations and being hypercritical of instances where I misused crouch. Other examples of potential targeted deathmatch focuses are on screen now. It's important to know that you need to review your own common mechanical mistakes and utilize targeted deathmatches as a way to isolate and focus on specific issues you want to improve on. This isolated focus is critical and leads to extremely fast improvement relative to players who do not isolate these focuses. The example I used was geared towards me and was best explained because we talked about crouching before, but if you are a player who struggles with something else, make sure you choose that as your focus instead. The final tip in this video is to make sure you are training effectively and consistently over a long period of time. The reason why I am including this tip in this video is because one of the largest problems Valorant players have is sporadically training every time they see a new gimmick or educational video posted. If you truly desire improvement, you need to show up consistently and dedicate yourself to the process, not just bounce in and out of random training based on the latest advice you heard. I'm going to give you guys some general steps you can use to make sure you're training effectively and consistently, although this is a very general baseline and you need to adjust this to fit your situation and your training regimen. Step number 1, build a warm-up routine lasting 15 to 30 minutes that you complete every time before you play. Step number 2, play 3 or more death matches every day you possibly can after you are done playing ranked, although I would highly recommend even more when you start to include targeted death matches. Step number 3, ensure your sleep, caffeine usage, and diet are consistent with a heavy emphasis on sleep. Your brain not only learns cognitive things when you sleep, it also learns motor functions tied to aim and mechanics during sleep. That means if you train all day and then have awful sleep, you are not going to be improving nearly as fast as someone who did less training but had better sleep. Step number 4, aim to play the game every single day. And if you don't have a lot of time, at least try to hop on for a few death matches. Once you have these steps completed, just make sure you stay focused during the training and complete it as close to daily as possible over a long period of time, and you will improve. Although most people watching videos like this just want fast results, you need to decide if you just want to get a little bit better or if you want to train and practice like a pro player and reach a very high level of skill. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content, and be sure to check the video description for more information on my mechanics program.